Hello, this is 4 Block Media. Welcome to your last EBN News update of the year.
Our first story is on Senior Chapel. Here's Caroline for more.
Senior Chapel was a bittersweet moment for us all. The seniors gave a word for all the underclassmen to take and apply to the rest of their high school years. The teachers sent out the seniors with prayer.
There's just been a lot of people in this class I feel like are going to be world changers. They've really spoken into my life, and I know that they've spoken into a lot of other people's lives.
I want to give you a few points to motivate you when you're going through struggles in your life. The first point I want to make is our greatest struggles form our greatest strengths. The second point I want to make is pain is your friend. And the last point I want to make is you are stronger than you think.
Whatever people say, whether they say you're not smart enough, it's not only in athletics, it also applies in your academics and in life. So I inspire you to take people's criticism and to let that motivate you to become greater than what anyone else can say you are.
Just stay motivated and never listen to anyone who tells you you can't do anything, because they're wrong.
I had my fair share of good and bad, on the high end. But I thank God I came to Evangel, because without Evangel, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be dead in jail somewhere.
If I could leave y'all with anything else, it'll be 2 main points. Number 1, enjoy your time here, because it's coming fast, underclassmen. Y'all finna graduate about 1, 2, 3 years. And second point is choose your friends wisely.
Evangel means a lot to me because it is a place where I have found true friendships. So I encourage you guys to just come to the games, come to big events, join some teams, and be involved in many ways as possible, because you never know who you're going to meet. You might as well ending up meet somebody that changed your life for the better.
I was like, I really need to step out of my comfort zone and do a lot of things. Because the people who don't like high school are the people who don't do things.
Anything that you see in me, it's not me. I died back a long time ago, because Christ lives in me now.
Our next story is on the junior ring ceremony. Here's Caitlin for more details.
The junior ring ceremony was Friday at 9:30. We want to congratulate our new seniors and wish them the best of luck for next year.
Graduation was held at Shreveport Community Church on May 19th at 5:30. Thank you to everyone who came out and supported. We can't wait to see where life takes them.
Well, my speech is the shortest speech, but it's what you came for. So with the authority given to me by the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education and the Louisiana Department of Education, I now declare you graduates, you may turn your tassels.
I have been an Evangel since I was in K4, and Evangel has taught me that I will be a world changer. So I will take that lesson into the next stage of my life.
One thing that I've learned at Evangel, being at Evangel as long as I have, is to never judge a book by its cover, because you never know what somebody could be going through outside of school, at their home, in their own personal life. So even just doing the small things to help people can really make a difference and change their day and their attitude.
One thing that Evangel has taught me is to never give up no matter what, because there have been some times where I felt like giving up and the pressure was getting to me and I felt as if I wasn't going to be able to make it through. So I always remembered to never give up, because God was always by my side and I always had people who always supported me through my rough times.
So one of the most important things that Evangel has probably taught me is to work hard and overcome stress and difficulty. So like whenever you're up at 3 a.m. working for projects for Miss DeWaich and Miss Westerfield in the same night, and you want to go to sleep and you're all stressed out, something in the Bible that I always remembered, it was don't stress about anything, instead pray about everything. So whenever you're going through a lot of stress and you need to work hard and get your A's in, just remember that.
Teachers at Evangel Christian Academy are a blessing to me. They bend over backwards just so I can graduate. If it wasn't for them helping me with the long hours after school and school, I probably wouldn't be graduating.
At our award ceremony, we had notable awards such as Kaylee Smith and Caroline Ray being selected as Hobie delegates.
For boys' state, Elliot McGaw and Aaron Warren were chosen, and for girls' states, Nikki Wells, Katie Clare, and Ellie Dubois were chosen.
Trey White was selected for the Tulane University Award for Service, and Danielle Bryant was selected for the George Washington Book Award.
Before I came to Evangel, it was really easy for me to lose my temper. But Evangel taught me that God is always with me, so I don't get angry anymore, and now I'm nice and kind.
The most important thing that I learned at Evangel was love. All my teachers that have put up with me, they have all loved me and had patience with me, and they taught me how to forgive people, and it's an important thing in life because it will get you far, and you can't hold stuff against people because it just ain't good.
Something that I got from Evangel is a stronger faith. I learned a lot from Evangel that I didn't learn in my church, and with these principles, I will use them for the rest of my life.
I feel as if Evangel has not only prepared me for my college career, but the administration has adequately equipped me with the skills I'll carry through the rest of my earthly and spiritual life.
One of my favorite memories at Evangel is cheering on the Evangel cheer team and making lifelong memories with my cheer sisters at the football games.
Here's this year's Student Council winners.
This school year, we had several students sign to play the sport they love. Our student, CJ Thames, signed to St. Thomas in Houston, Texas on a tennis scholarship. Chris Perry, Nicholas Fowler, and Rachel Ruffins all signed to Langston University to play football. Their future is looking bright.
Anything, I appreciate the fact that these three men have been exemplary leaders, not only on this team but on this campus, and I just...
We've come to the end of another great school year and another great senior class. Evangel has taught them many lessons to help them in their future. Here are some of their last words.
I think what I got from Evangel the most was just being a great student. My teachers really helped me with that. They pushed me every day throughout the classroom for the past 4 years. They've always told me just to strive for greatness and not to settle for less.
Coach Dawson, Coach Ross, Coach Curry, Coach Bradley, and the previous coaches always taught me just how to be a better person, how to forgive people, and how to handle situations better.
One of our favorite memories that Evangel has given us is our senior homecoming week. Kaylee, what was one of them?
One of my best experiences here was the homecoming presentation where not just one person is a king and queen, but every senior is a king and queen.
My favorite one was that I'll treasure forever is riding in the parade with my best friend. I'll never forget it.
What I learned from Evangel is to overcome adversity and always keep God first. And I appreciate all the teachers and faculty for being a big part of my life and helping me through things and just being there for me.
My name is Christian Perry, aka CP, and my favorite experience at Evangel was my sophomore year when we won a state championship.
I would like to thank Ms. Brown. She taught me more about God, how to become closer to God, how to treat people, control myself.
My favorite thing about Evangel is being able to play in chapel because it allows me to do what I love for something much greater.
I learned a lot from all my years at Evangel, especially from teachers and coaches, especially Coach Francois, and a lot of lessons that I can take through the rest of my life.
A teacher that has impacted my life is Miss K-Rob. Miss K-Rob has been there for me since the 7th grade. She always makes sure I'm on task or if I'm okay in life.
The one thing that I learned from Evangel is that I always keep God first.
My greatest experience at Evangel is my sophomore year when we took state because I got to cheer at the Superdome.
Evangel has really helped me to strive for excellence, which really helped me get a high score on the ACT.
A teacher at Evangel I would like to thank is Ms. Reedy because she influenced me to pursue medicine in college.
I had some great memories at Evangel. My favorite memory is the football games, and Evangel has taught me a lot about God, and I really appreciate it.
Some fun memories I had in Evangel was my time in the marching band, and in art, Miss Chelsea really helped me expand my portfolio for college.
Since I've been at Evangel, I find myself getting closer and closer to God each year. My senior year was the best. I was given an athletic scholarship to Southwestern Christian College.
Evangel has prepared me academically very well. All the teachers have cared so much about us, and Miss Deutsch's class has definitely prepared me, though it was definitely difficult in some times, but she's taught us how to write.
The 5 years that I have been at Evangel, it has taught me life skills that I can use in my everyday life at the next level. They have helped me with my academics, and I am ready to go to the next level.
What I learned at Evangel was to always trust in God. The teacher has built me so I can be better in the future, and that, I appreciate that they did that for me.
And also, we would like to thank Mr. Dean for all of his hard work for this school.
As you may know, I was a basketball player at Louisiana Tech during my days there. My heart was with learning not only to play the game, but also to teach the game. And to be able to do that, education was my pathway. Once I got out of Louisiana Tech and began teaching, teaching became my passion and coaching became less of a passion. A little bit about my family. I met my wife in 1973. She had just graduated from Louisiana Tech.
His sister was in my sorority, Nancy, and I just remember, him being older, but very cute.
It was quite by luck that my wife and I met. It's a real God thing, but we did, and we got married 5 months after we met. So she was a teacher in Rayville, and I was going to graduate school at Ruston.
The superintendent of Bossier Parish Schools really liked Bud, and he knew that his time was coming up, not being the assistant basketball coach. So he asked him if he would like to come and apply for a Parkway high school coach position in basketball. Mr. McCarthy had me apply to be a kindergarten teacher at the school right beside Parkway. It was Sun City Elementary. And it was so funny because sometimes when he came, my kindergarten students just looked at him because he was tall, big. And so they would say, "Miss Dean, your daddy's here." And I would just die laughing.
In 1987, I got my certification for administration and became the assistant principal at Colton Middle School in Bossier. I went on to Russian Middle School, Airline High School for 9 years.
He was there at Desert Storm when Robbie was like 3 years old. And he became the principal of Bossier High School and was there for four years. During that time, he had to go to Enduring Freedom. He was in the Army Reserves, so he had to go to Fort Pope for, I think it was 2 years. And when he came back, he still had his job at Bossier. But
was there for 6 years and then retired from the Bossier Parish system in 2006. My daughter was by design because she followed in her parents' footsteps.
And my daughter had him as her assistant principal at Airline. So that was a lot of fun for her. He would get on the intercom and he would say, "Jenny, you forgot your lunch money. It's in my office."
She is now the high school coordinator for English and foreign language in Bossier Parish. She's had a super successful teaching career in Bossier and now has stepped into administration at the district level.
You've given over 40 years of your career and your life to students across this area, and I know all about that because I was one of them. We hope you enjoy every moment today, and we can't wait to celebrate you soon. We love you. We're so proud of you. Congratulations.
My son, I was really quite surprised that he went into education. He goes all over the world assessing education programs for Teach for All, making recommendations for improvement in teacher training.
I can't believe this is the last year you're going to be working in a school. Ever since I can remember as a little boy, I can remember running up and down the halls of Airline High School, hugging all the teachers, going to all the football games, all the basketball games, rolling down the hills at the football stadium with my friends, and always being so proud of who my dad was. Principal Dean. That carried over into the future. my trajectory, my career has been influenced by your work as a principal, as a leader in education. And I hope to aspire to do the same.
Our students, I'd like to say this. What I hope for you is that you're going to go through some things throughout your life. But I hope that you don't lose those fundamental values that you've been taught here. Not only educational value, but more so the spiritual values you learned here. I just can't say enough about how much I appreciate the support that the teachers have given me and given the school, because it is really a calling. You got to go to your knees sometimes to really understand how much faith you really have, and that happened to me. And God brought me to Evangel for a reason. It wasn't just by chance, okay? And over these last 13 years, I've seen and experienced things that at one point I would say, oh, that's just coincidence. But now I see it's the hand of the Lord and moving in ways that we don't understand. We just have to accept, and we just have to know that God knows best on things. And my faith now is greater than it's ever been, and Evangel has had a huge part of that, and that's why I love it here.
And this has been your Student Body Update. See you next year.